Well, I never really need to buy another bass guitar or bass amp or have another bass player because this thing is absolutely amazing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about Loki Bass 2 from Solemn Tones. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and I am so excited because this plugin, Loki Bass 2, has just taken my production, my quality, my mixes, and just really, in my opinion, just took them to the next level. This plugin sounds amazing, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Now, before we go any further, yes, this is in fact a sponsored video, as Solemn Tones is asking me to do my thing and to showcase and just share this plugin with you all. But however, there's no script, nothing that I need to say or do. This is just me and you hanging out, and regardless of the sponsorship, I'm very excited and very passionate about this plugin. Let's talk about it. Now, Loki Bass 2 is a standalone MIDI instrument, meaning you don't need Contact or any sort of third-party engine to run this thing. It runs all on its own inside your DAW, and that's huge right off the bat. You don't need to buy or download anything else. Just very simple, very straightforward, and it's all in-house. Basically, what Loki Bass 2 is, it's a Dingwall bass modeled through an expensive signal chain, and Solemn Tones has given us that signal chain and that bass and those tones all in-house and all in just one, just very simple one-stop shop, I guess. So just taking a look at the plugin real quick, just so I can orientate you before we dive into the tones. This is what it is when you open it up, I guess, out of the box, so to speak. Basically, you have several different presets here, and you have the ability to disable it as well. But in here, playing and tone, here's all the different parameters that you can control when you're playing the bass or when the bass is being played. And one thing that I love the most here is the human error button. One thing that I've really been reluctant to dive into with MIDI instruments and just programmed instruments is they sound too clean and they don't sound like humans. Humans are imperfect beings, right? Well, what's awesome is you have the ability to turn on the human error button, and it just allows you to emulate and recreate the imperfections of a human playing an instrument. That's huge. I love that. Up top, you have bend intensity, decay intensity, and then this fader right here is rather important. If your guitar is a little flat, a little sharp when you record it, you can adjust the tuning accordingly with this fader. And now the second window here, we have a 3-band EQ and an air knob, which the air knob is kind of like a presence knob, kind of sort of, just gives it a little bit more of a breathy type of sound, a little bit more space, I guess. But this button right here, the enforce knob, the enforce button, excuse me, arguably my favorite part of this plugin. Basically, in layman's terms, it creates a consistent amount of low end through Loki Bass 2, and it allows your bass tone to remain just like rock solid throughout your entire project. And that's huge, and that's something that I've continued to try to get better and better as I've been doing this, ever since I started back in day one when I was learning how to, mix my stuff. So that's huge. But enough talking about it, let's jam, shall we? So what I'm going to be doing is a quick little demo song using my 2021 Gibson Les Paul standard tuned to drop B, and then Loki Bass 2 is tuned accordingly, right? And then after the demo song, we'll come back and we'll dive into the project, and I'll twist some knobs, I'll tweak some knobs, and I'll show you guys the different tones and features that you can get with Loki Bass 2, okay? So I got a lot to show you. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get into some tones right now. Alright, so that was the demo song using Loki Bass 2 as the bass tone. I just think that makes my guitar and just the overall project just come to life. That bass tone just is the bread and butter, man. It just, sounds so good. I use the Grindmaster preset on that one for sure. And yeah, I love it so much. But now I'm gonna hop into the Logic project, and I'm just gonna casually just keep it on a loop and just, showcase the tone by itself as well as in the context of the mix. And then I'll twist some knobs, tweak some knobs, show you guys some different presets, and just basically everything I could possibly show you with Loki Bass 2, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, that's everything I could possibly show you with Loki Bass 2. I hope you enjoyed this video, man. Overall summary for me is I'm absolutely obsessed with this plugin, and I've created like 3 different demo songs and or original songs with Loki Bass 2 ever since I got this plugin. It just makes my bass sound better than anything I've ever came up with, and I'm not just saying that, for the sake of this video. I'm being dead serious, man. It just sounds absolutely amazing, and it has that clank and that modernness that I always just like wish that I could personally dial in myself, and I've been struggling up until Loki Bass 2 came around. I'll say it again, my overall favorite things about Loki Bass 2 is the enforce button, just to create the consistent low end. But my overall favorite thing, my absolute favorite thing about Loki Bass 2 is the human error. I would not enjoy this plugin if it sounded too clean and it sounded like a fake instrument. That wouldn't be something I'd be interested in using. But the fact that it creates human error and human elements of it, that's huge, and I really sincerely appreciate that. So thanks to Solemn Tones for including that. But all in all, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I sure as hell had a fun time showcasing this bass tone and showcasing Loki Bass 2, man. It is just such an awesome, tool, and I can't wait to continue to use it, from here on out. So, a huge shout out to Solemn Tones. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this. I really appreciate you. A huge shout out to all my patrons, and a huge shout out to you, yes you, watching at home. Thank you so much for taking the time to come hang out with me today. It means a lot. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.